Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Well, this is a bit of a strange video for me to make because it's repulsive to me. Apparently, the producers of Rust are now fully intending to complete the film, even though it's still under investigation because of the death of Halyna Hutchins on set. I just found this out today from this article in The Hollywood Reporter, which begins by saying, Rust producers say that they will be able to complete the movie. And apparently they have plans. So Alec Baldwin and Angel Nijum are the producers of Rust, I'm assuming, and they are planning to launch a new production company called Persona Entertainment. And apparently they want to try and sell another movie at Cannes in order to help finance what they're doing. Nijum says they have financed the film, writer-director Ben Thompson's psychological thriller False Awakening, through an equity partner and believe distributors will be receptive to the project despite the circumstances of Hutchins' October 21st death, which is currently under investigation by the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office. Nijum says he believes that after the Santa Fe investigation concludes, producers will finish filming Rust. We're confident we'll be able to complete the movie, he says. Really? How about Halyna Hutchins' family? How are they going to feel about that? Baldwin will also star in False Awakening. Gee, that's a shock. Which Nijum likens to movies like The Sixth Sense and Hereditary, as a psychologist who helps the main character navigate sleepwalking episodes that begin to interfere with his life. Alec loved the idea of the connection to The Exorcist, Nijum says. Producers hope to announce the film's lead actor, the character who suffers from the false awakenings, and lend the movie its title during the festival. Nijum, who is also an actor best known for a recurring role on ABC's Grey's Anatomy, will play a role as well. False Awakening is scheduled to start principal photography this summer in the U.S. Even as their new company and film go forward, Baldwin and Nijum will continue to face legal issues related to Rust. In February, Hutchins' family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Baldwin, Nijum, and other producers and members of the Rust crew, alleging that reckless behavior and cost-cutting led to the shooting. And I actually brought that page up here, and I sincerely hope that they win and that they sue the crap out of Baldwin and Nijum and get, something good out of it, because her death was just so completely unnecessary. In response to the suit, the producers have argued that the case should be thrown out because it involves a workplace accident, which should be handled through the state workers' compensation system. In other words, they don't want to bear any responsibility whatsoever for the fact that Halyna Hutchins was killed on their set. That's really what this is saying. That is a really stupid thing to do, and just, it really makes me wonder just how remorseful Alec Baldwin actually is, because here he is moving forward with more movies and fully intending to complete Rust. That doesn't sound like somebody who's all that mournful about the death of Halyna Hutchins with the gun that he was holding in his hand at the time. In April, a New Mexico safety agency found that Rust's producers demonstrated a plain indifference to the welfare of cast and crew and levied its maximum fine of nearly $137,000 for safety violations against the Rust producers. Rust Movie Productions is challenging the report, saying that it wasn't the employer responsible for supervising the film set and that safety issues were properly addressed. In other words, they're saying that the film isn't responsible for her death. She was working on the film at the time. This is what they were doing. But they are not responsible for it. So this is just absolutely bizarre. At Cannes, AMP International will be selling worldwide rights to False Awakening with a script and sizzle reel. I'm going out there and sell it, says James Norrie of AMP. So far, the reaction has been one of interest. I've not had anyone come back saying, that's a funny one. The general consensus seems to be that what happened on Rust was an awful accident. Well, yes, it was an awful accident. I don't believe it was intentional. But now, Baldwin and Nijam don't seem to be all that interested in taking responsibility for the fact that she was killed on set, and that they had real safety problems on that set. Hutchins' death has sparked an industry-wide movement for greater safety on sets, including calls for a ban on functional weapons. She was killed during a rehearsal in a church on the Bonanza Creek Ranch outside of Santa Fe when Baldwin drew a weapon and pointed it at her and Rust's director, Joel Sousa, who was also injured. Baldwin had been handed a replica of a vintage Colt 45 pistol and told it was cold, meaning there was no ammunition inside, according to law enforcement records. However, the gun contained dummy rounds and at least one lead bullet. Yeah, the one that killed Halyna Hutchins. In addition to Rust, Baldwin and Nijam also made the movie Supercell together, which Saban Films will release in November. And in February, in the UK, they shot the thriller 97 Minutes, in which Baldwin plays the director of the National Security Administration during a plane hijacking. Vertical Entertainment will release that film in October. I don't really think I'm going to see either of these films. False Awakening will be the first film under their new Persona Entertainment banner. Baldwin and Nijam have multiple television projects in development as well, Nijam says, and hope to work in Europe. Yes, I'm sure they would rather work in Europe now and avoid issues in the US, where a lot of people know that they were responsible for lack of safety on the set of Rust, where Halyna Hutchins was killed. So they don't have really good credibility in the US right now. Italy and France would be wonderful, he says. Creativity, there's such an amazing energy about having limited series based there. No other Rust producers are involved with the new venture, Nijam says. Baldwin shared the news of his partnership with Nijam, which was first broken by Deadline, in an Instagram post saying, I have enjoyed producing with Angel Nijam for a few years now. He brings to the table a rare combination of skills that move the process forward and results in something that I am proud to be a part of. Is he proud of being part of Rust, where he accidentally shot and killed Halyna Hutchins? Does he actually want that film to come out and to be viewed by people? Does anybody actually want to go see the film? I know I sure as hell don't. I mean, maybe there are people who are interested in it, but no, I'm not interested in it. And if anything, I highly doubt that anyone would genuinely really want to go see it. That's just really revolting. I'm really shocked that they want to complete the film, and I really hope that Halyna Hutchins' family can get, a decent wrongful death settlement, because, they're still having to deal with her loss, and that's just absolutely tragic. And the fact that they still want to complete this movie after all of that is genuinely just sickening and repulsive. Thanks for watching today. And a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.